It's Total Party Skill!
Hello and welcome to Total Party Skill. I'm Gabe Greenspan.
I'm George Primavera.
And I'm Dylan McCullum.
We have a very special guest with us today, our first returning guest to the podcast, and we couldn't be happier. We knew we had to get this guy back as soon as possible. Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Mazin's back on the podcast.
Yay.
I am so glad to be here. This is where I belong, and mostly it's a great chance. Well, obviously we're going to be talking about what we talk about, but it's also a great chance for me to ask the most important question, which is, Dylan, how'd you sleep?
Fuck.
You know, Craig, I finally got some really good sleep. I was
Nice.
away in Australia for a while, and
Okay.
the jet lag really got me. But now, last night was the exact right amount of sleep, and I'm so happy you asked.
Well, that's our show.
That's the show.
No.
Thanks, you guys.
No, if they came here for that, they came here for nothing.
Can you imagine if we actually just ended it there?
That was it.
George would
Whoa.
flip out. We've been waiting. Had this on the schedule for months, and that was all we did. I think we'd ruin
Thank you
him.
so much for your time. We really appreciate it. No, we are here because there is some very exciting things happening. I don't know if anyone else reads Deadline like I do, but a couple of months ago, it was announced that Craig is going to be helming in every possible way a Baldur's Gate 3 series.
Let's
and
go.
Let's go. And first of all, let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go, number one.
Let us
number
fucking
one.
go.
Hell yes.
And second of all, we were like, well, then we simply must talk all things Baldur's Gate because, goddamn, what an exciting opportunity. So we're thrilled that you're here, and we just want to, talk shop.
Can't wait.
What about the game? Like, why Baldur's Gate? What did you play it initially and go like, I gotta make this a thing, or was it a slow burn? Someone else came to you with an idea, like?
No one came to me with an idea. I played the game, and I'm not, a game like that where you play through it and there's a story and multiple stories and they can go different ways. When you get to the end, typically I finished it. I might replay it because the gameplay is fun, but I don't necessarily replay it for the story. And I actually lost count of how many runs through I've done on Baldur's Gate,
Wow.
including my honor mode run, which was
I was gonna ask you if
exciting.
you did honor mode.
Oh yeah, have to.
Oh.
The story of the game is it's really the stories of the game are remarkable. It has some of the best twists I've ever encountered in a video game. It also has just beautiful storytelling. The writers at Larian understood that stories are beautiful circles and things come around. I don't know. I guess we can get into some spoilers here.
Sure.
Because
Absolutely.
if you haven't played by now, what the fuck?
Spoiler alert is here.
Yeah.
Well, what the fuck is an interesting thing, Craig?
Yeah.
Because I will tell you, I gotta fess up honesty. I have not played Baldur's Gate 3.
What the fuck?
I know. Here's why.
I
What
know.
the fuck?
Tell him.
Oh, no spoilers.
Cut
This
them to
was.
pieces.
I'm happy to receive spoilers. I've received
No.
all of them on TikTok, and
Oh.
I also have researched the game extensively.
This is the worst
through the
possible
years.
way to interact with it. Go ahead.
I know. I understand. I understand. Understand that I've also
We set
gotten
up. We
there
did say
far
this.
before you. Like I've been exposed to everything.
Okay.
Baldur's Gate 3 came at a time when I was running private sessions 5 times a week. And to introduce another D&D on top of that was untenable to me.
Your reasons do not move, Craig.
And yes, Craig is unmoved.
Absolute
Justifying
stonewall
it.
that George
But
is getting.
it is having moved through my video game list slowly,
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3 is finally at the very top next of my list.
Great.
And that is, I'm not moving it up
There
for
we
this
go.
meeting. It is
So it
truly
was
my next
Super
game to
Mario Sunshine World or whatever, and then what did you have in front of it?
Oh, that is a snipe
What
across
did I have
the
in
bow.
front of it?
That is crazy.
I have a sentimental reason. I had a game with my brothers that I haven't talked to in a long time.
Fair.
We hang out over.
Listen,
the
I don't want to get into your family issues,
yeah,
but
hey,
also
well, that's my defense. I get vulnerable. Like,
I will
show
say-
my soft underbelly.
Baldur's Gate 3 is so good. I would totally lose a sibling over it. I would sacrifice a sibling.
Well, that's what I love to hear because it is
Yeah.
it's next for me, and I'm getting a way to play it like on I think not like a Steam Deck, but something similar to that.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to it, and it has been pitched to me 100 times in ways that like make me excited to play it, but like I'm always like, yeah, I'm looking forward to
I
playing.
will say that to prepare you for your experience, when you begin to play it, you may think, huh? Like just stylistically, you may go, this feels a little simple. I'm moving people around. It's this top-down sort of tactical view. And it's D&D. It's based on D&D with some interesting changes, which I find actually lovely.
Yes.
You can cast a level spell and cast Misty Step. Woo! Yeah, all sorts of fun things like that.
Nice.
But as you get deeper in, you realize like you're at the tip of the iceberg. Then you're like, oh, and then you realize, oh no, that was just another tip of this iceberg. It just keeps getting bigger and crazier. It's a massive game.
Yep.
And it's the characters are so beautifully rendered by the actors and the character design
that I've seen ample amount of footage.
They
do an incredible job.
Honestly, there was such a I had such a depression when I finished it for the first time that I just turned around and started it again, and I didn't think that it would get me out of my depression, and it did. And at some point, like I literally I had a character called the last one because I'm like, I can't go through this again.
You made yourself.
Right. But I've gone through, I believe I've uncovered everything. And I want to live there. And so then and so
you have the ability.
I do. Well, I met with the folks from Hasbro. You know, Hasbro owns Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast licensed D&D to Larian, and they're the ones who own basically everything. And they were asking me, you know, look, we have all these things. Would you be interested in any of them? And I was like, Baldur's Gate 3, television series.
Yeah.
And even then, all the way early, my strong feeling was no one should adapt the story of Baldur's Gate 3 again. Like, do not repeat it.
Right.
Impossible. Too big.
Right.
You would need 4 million episodes. And also, all those wonderful twists and turns would take so long to get there.
Right.
Everybody's already ahead of it.
Right. Yeah. They do so much sort of legwork in the game to get to those moments.
Right.
That like to translate that would be a lot of movement together.
And it makes sense. It's kind of an impossible thing to translate it one-to-one, considering the story will be different based off of how many times someone's played, who has played it.
Say, how could you possibly account for like the most popular playthrough? Yeah, that seems.
There's so many ways to approach all of it, and so my feeling was, what I want, since I want to live there, what I want is to be there right after the moments that conclude Baldur's Gate 3, because really that's where I wanted to stay. But I wanted to stay then and think, okay, these origin characters have become incredibly powerful.
Right.
And also, and I'm just sort of going to go ahead and choose one of our endings here. They are the heroes of Baldur's Gate. I figured that's a better ending.
Sure.
Right.
My dirge run where I murdered everyone on the planet.
We're
probably not great.
It becomes so.
King,
I do love what Larian did with the Dark Urge when everything's so sad, because they really make you sit in the idea of, you killed everyone.
Everyone.
Good job.
Go ahead. Walk in this ocean of blood you made. Congrats. Yeah. Larian, first of all, let me give Larian some massive props. And I was lucky enough to talk to Sven Vinke, who runs Larian, about this, because I read somewhere, I think somebody from Larian, when they heard the news, was like, this is bullshit. Nobody could do this. Nobody is better at telling these stories than our writers. And I was like, agreed. I would love to. I would hire all of them in a second. I'm just not allowed to because Swen needs them for their next game, which is Divinity. And side note, I've gone back and played Divinity Original Sin 2, and now I'm going back all the way to the first Divinity, which is awesome.
For that new game is insane.
I mean, based on since I've been doing the reverse evolution of Larian,
Right.
Yeah.
I can now extrapolate forward and go, we're not ready.
We're not ready.
We're not ready.
We're not.
We're not ready. But the writers at Larian are just incredible. They did amazing work. And my hope and dream is to bring around me a group of writers that are A, that talented, and B, that invested in our culture, which is the D&D culture. And I indeed have been talking to some very interesting people. And I will say no more about that.
We
We
won't
will not push.
But boys, that wall thick.
I mean, that article dropped. I remember texting you immediately, Craig, because I was like, "You are the person I would want to have." Like, it
Yeah.
was
Thank you.
so immediately obvious to me that you were the person who should be making this thing happen. That I was like, "Oh, fuck yeah, man, that's the best."
I thank you. And I know that people are nervous because they do invest an enormous amount into not the game, it's the characters, it's the relationships, really.
Yeah.
And they will have, I think there will be reasonable arguments about why certain endings or conditions for those characters should be one way or the other. But really what I want to do is provide a continued experience of joy in Faerun, where those characters are people you meet. Those characters are very powerful. Those characters may meddle or help you along the way, but we're meeting a new merry band with their own issues and their own relationships. And there is another story that will unfold that I hope will be as big and as compelling as the Elder Brain crisis. Sorry, George. I meant
I've
the
seen
absolute.
it. I know it all.
Sorry,
So
George.
Don't worry. You can't spoil
Sorry.
me. You can't spoil me.
Sorry, George.
I mean, it's like
Really
the word.
sorry.
I can't believe this. It's like
I know.
It's like-
We're with you, bud.
all he did was like he went on Wikipedia and just read the ending to every Agatha Christie novel, and he's like, "One day I'll get there."
No!
Outrageous.
TikTok force-fed me this algorithmically, and I
No.
having a
No.
child in
It
3
is-
weeks.
It is absolutely wild.
Possibly. Oh my
You'll figure
god.
it out.
Yeah.
It is wild the sort of like span. You were talking about this a little bit, but like the reach of that game is so crazy. I remember like going to it was like it's that part where you enter the Underdark, right? Or the forest, and it's like you're going into Act 2. You ready for this?
Oh yeah.
And I remember having to go online and be like, did I do all the things I was supposed
You
to
did
do
not.
in this game? And it was like not even a little
Not even
bit.
close.
Not even,
No, my
didn't
first
even
run
scratch
through
the
was like
surface.
my first run through. I didn't even meet Auntie Ethel. Like
Yeah.
there's like huge chunks of stuff that I just missed.
Right.
And then now, like, by the time I hit my 10th, I mean, I'm over 1,000 hours on it. Like by the time I hit my 10th run, I was like, okay, did I ever, I know I fought that stupid frog once. Let me just see what the deal was. But like, I've gotten everywhere and done everything. And what it means for me too, as somebody that wants to continue the story, is that there are characters that I love that are not playable. That
Sure.
Yes.
in my run throughs, Auntie Ethel always dies. Not before I get her hair, but after. And
Right.
and George is like, who's that and what's
Jordan and
hair?
I are like, yes, of course.
Mhm.
Of course,
I
Auntie
have
Ethel.
no idea.
And also, I always kill Raphael. I didn't have to kill Raphael in honor mode, but I also did it
You got it.
by the
But
demands
you
of
had
honor
to just
because of honor.
Honor.
But in Raphael needs to be there. You need him. You need there are certain characters that you would want to persist.
Totally.
But I also I think the portrayal of the characters, the cast, are so good. And a lot of people are like, well, who are you going to cast as Shadowheart and who are you going to cast as Astarion? How could they be better than any of those people? And
Right.
I will not answer that question at this moment.
Oh,
And
man.
then
I thought
leave it at that.
you were about to say it, dude.
I will not answer that question at this
Crazy.
moment.
Holy crap.
All I can say is that I'm looking forward to answering the question.
Oh,
Hell
cool. Hell yeah.
I'll ask, do you, because George and anyone who has not played Baldur's Gate 3, you can only have so large of a party when you're going through the game, and you eventually will have more companions than you have party members. Did you have like your go-to party when you were playing, or did you change it up every time?
I changed
and,
it a
like, try-
little based on who I was. So, like I did a Gloomstalker run, so Astarion generally isn't going to be around.
Right.
But I always rolled with Shadowheart.
Yeah.
And I always rolled with Gale because wizard.
You're a
Yeah.
no. We know,
You-
man.
You need a wizard, and Shadowheart, as soon as you can respec her, Shadowheart is awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll get to that later. Shadowheart
That
is
is-
statistically the most respect character in
That's
the game.
so funny and so real. That was the first respect that I did.
Have to.
I was like,
Yeah.
I love you. I hate what you're doing.
Right. I love you and I hate how
Is it
impotent you are. Let's fix that.
Misattributed stats or just a bad subclass?
It's
or
a bad
something?
subclass.
It's a bad
subclass.
subclass.
It's a bad subclass.
And like the main attack
worst
that you
subclass.
have for her is based off of a stat that is low for her, but they
Yeah,
don't tell
insane,
you that.
insane.
So like, it's just a lot of things where you're like, oh yeah. Let me
And
get
also
my
like
hands on that.
there are some amazing cleric classes, and
Yes.
they gave you trickery, and nobody wants it.
It's not.
Nobody wants it.
Especially, yeah. There's enough like little differences between some of the subclasses in the game and in D&D, and like you were saying, Craig,
Yes.
about like you can do a leveled spell and then you can Misty Step, where like there's things where all the things that you would want from the trickery domain cleric, where you're like, yeah, this is it, don't really help at all in this game. They're like not. They don't translate.
No, there's some great videos of Jennifer English, the wonderful actor who
Yep.
plays Shadowheart, talking about like reading people's questions, like, why are you so underpowered at the beginning of the game? She's like, respec,
Yeah.
respec.
I love it.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
Oh man, I feel like there has to be some element, because it is, and George is gonna love this, because romance is such a large part of the
Yes.
game. George
Biggest
historically
barrier to entry. And
loves
I
romance.
will
It
just
is-
avoid all the romance. I
you
can.
don't have to.
Can't, dog.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
don't have
once,
to romance anyone.
Once I realized that, I was like, oh, I could just not have sex with
Yeah,
her.
But
People are
I'm gonna
gonna-
let you know they are those characters are charming as hell, and
Yeah.
one
Say
of them
that now.
will get you. One of them
Well,
will get you.
I play on my living room TV.
I
Okay,
hear, but
well,
listen,
I would say that there are certain romances that you possibly could get away with on your living room TV. I can
Okay, that's
list the ones
wonderful.
you would not.
yeah.
Do not romance Minthara on your living room TV.
Got it.
Yep.
That's going to go bad for you. Lae'zel, do not.
Ara, Lae'zel.
But you know what you should do? Halcyon. I think that will go well on your television.
I
I
think so.
will romance Halcyon,
Yeah.
who I know is the bear.
Your wife
Yeah.
will
Not getting
love
that
it.
one past this goal.
Okay.
No chance.
Darn it.
That is my fear.
You could
I-
romance
Yeah.
you could romance Karlak up to a point,
Yes.
up to a very specific
Actually,
point.
It's a
Karlak
really beautiful forbidden
is
love kind of a
that.
thing.
Okay, my romance with Karlak was so satisfying
Me too.
Yeah.
because it was so chaste. Because
That's right.
because I didn't want to burn my bits off. And but like you go on a date. It's the sweetest
It's the
thing.
sweetest thing.
That is actually
I
it's
can deal
Karlak.
with
is-
sweet. I can
Yes.
deal with sweet.
Karlak
This
is
surprised you.
sweet.
My
Yeah.
my first real run through, I was like, Shadowheart's my girl, right? Like,
course.
I had that same like, oh my god, and then out of nowhere, Lae'zel was like,
Yeah.
you, me tonight, and I was like, oh okay, sure. I didn't realize this happened.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Source of my bruises.
That is how it starts for I think everyone. Everyone's like, oh, Shadowheart. Because you're walking around on the beach with her. It's already kind of romantic.
Absolutely.
And then Lae'zel is like, I want to taste you. And you're like, well,
Well,
you know,
all I got to do is click yes on
Yeah.
this thing to see what's
Yeah.
at the other end of
Very
that
compelling
rainbow.
argument, Lae'zel.
So
Shadowheart keeps telling me I'm nice, which is
Yeah.
great. But of course, being the basic bitch that I am, I have romanced Shadowheart many a time.
yeah, that's great.
But I also, so Lae'zel's not interested in polyamorous situations. It's her and no one else. And I did on a run through stick all the way with her, and that story gets beautiful.
It does.
Yes.
It gets really
does.
beautiful. Like that's
know.
what I think Larian is, and that's the kind of spirit of things that I'd like to carry through to the show, where
Yeah.
there is things start sexy and then they get beautiful, and
Yeah.
I love that.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
it
great.
is. It's kind of like the inverse of Karlax is so chaste and kind of sweet all the way through, but there are some that start off just passionate and then become really, really intense and intimate, and you're like,
Lovely,
wow,
yeah.
they really did this.
Yeah.
It's a remarkable game. I mean, I've said it before to you, George, as I've tried in vain. But
I'm
the
really
game,
taking a slug in here. I'm so sorry. I should've-
look,
I should've
the
squeezed
gates
it in.
the gates were open. We
We just
let
walked
you
through.
up for that. But I think Baldur's Gate 3, in many ways, didn't save because it didn't need saving, but I think it really did revitalize D&D in the public consciousness.
Yeah.
And I really credit Larian for that, because there it was, we don't really talk about controversies, we don't like to, but it was, close enough after the OGL stuff that people were down on it. And then all of a sudden there was this huge boost in people being like, oh, D&D, what is D&D? And then the D&D lovers got to be like, here's Baldur's Gate 3, and it broke containment into the wider gaming sphere, as it should have, and I'm so glad it did. And then all of a sudden, people had a reference to what D&D could be, outside of just their thoughts of what it might be.
That's a great
and
point.
It's a like a remarkable thing. The fact that it is so free, and this is where it really gets you, George, and anyone who's not played, is just the idea that basically anything you try to do in the game, there will be a voiced response from someone because you did that. And you keep thinking that that's not going to happen. You keep thinking, eventually I'll do something that they did not account for. And somehow they did, and it's really... you look at the game, and I think my feeling at the end of the game was, I don't know how they did this. I don't know how they did this.
I've been learning how. And the answer is exactly what you think. Writing thousands of lines. The actors would go through and do a session where they read so much, and then, a few months later, they get called back in, and there's like another 800 things, all of them covering different flavors, different actions, different reactions, it's just, they did the work, which is insane and incredible. And I completely agree with you, Dylan. Like, one of the great things about Baldur's Gate is it's not Dungeons and Dragons Baldur's Gate. It's Baldur's Gate. And so I love things that say Dungeons and Dragons, but I do think a lot of people have an allergy to it, and that's fine. But there's this wonderful place that uses the lore, the religions, the hells, the places, the other, the astral plane, references to all these wonderful things. And that is all Dungeons and Dragons. It's just never said so. And so you can experience it. And that's honestly what I would love to do with the show, is bring people in. No one's rolling dice in this show. But it is soaking in the lore and the traditions and history of that world.
Yeah, it was a really beautiful thing playing it through, because it feels like there is something for everyone in terms of how much knowledge you have prior, right? There's like, for the lore hounds of sort of like Faerun and all that, they're like, oh my god, it's, the three, it's Myrkul and, Bane and all those guys, and the lore and the religion. And then for people who are like, I don't know, this looks like a fun game, it's like, great, we'll start you in the hells on a ship, you gotta get out of, like, there's so much stuff there for that whole spectrum of people to embrace, which I thought was so cool.
Yeah, it's brilliant onboarding, a brilliant way in. The large story, which leans on the Gith and their battle with the Illithid, which is the most crunchy, nerdy sounding thing of all time, is actually awesome. and because they do it through character. And that's the brilliant part of how Larian did their storytelling. They kind of understood, like, oh, we here's all the mechanics, which they tuned brilliantly for a video game. So that team did brilliantly. And then they said, but now let us somehow give people the joy of role play, that thing where people can have these relationships and these choices that matter, that make differences. It's fantastic.
Yeah,
it's
go ahead, Gabe.
It's tactical in the way that D&D is sometimes, and it's like emotional in the way that D&D is sometimes, and they really hit both sides of that coin in a really compelling way.
Yeah,
and I think as a GM, you'd appreciate this, George. That
Poor
you'd appreciate
George.
this, that the way that they bring characters into the party, especially the original party, is just such a brilliant like D&D kind of bullshit conceit where like, well, you all have this parasite basically in your brain, and that's why
That's great.
you should be a party.
Right.
So
That's what
you can be
compels you towards each
you
other.
can be from anywhere,
You all-
and that's
yeah,
that's also
great.
what it feels like, is that because everyone that you're learning about is like another player character at your table that has this insane backstory that you slowly eke out, and then you can also go on their individual quests to deal with their backstory stuff. And you're like, this is
awesome.
what it feels like. That and
Yeah.
to be able to get that feeling at the table where like, okay, we all got thrown together because we all have this thing in our head and we have to just figure out how to get it out. That's the main like thrust of why you're an adventuring party. And then you just slowly learn that like, okay, we got to deal with Asterian's sire. Okay, great. Okay, we have to deal with Shadowheart's god. Oh no, that's awful. Okay, Karlach has an engine in her heart. What do we
That
do
is
about
going
that?
to explode unless she returns to
To the house.
Avernus.
Yeah.
Yes,
Ugh.
all of these things are happening, but only to 4 of you at any given time, because I'd love to join, but it seems you're a little. I always want to be like, what? There's a lot of like we have to face like 80 guys. We
Just
could use
come.
more of you. There's a mod that lets you just bring everybody.
That's
I
so
mess with
funny.
that. Yeah,
That's a very.
I love the 4 party. Like I want to, but I don't know. There's only 4 of you.
I also love that in honor mode, one of the most powerful things you can do is just never bring your party, only bring like hirelings, because you just need to just throw bodies at the problem.
I have something even worse than that.
Oh my god.
So for honor mode, you have to be ruthless. You must be ruthless. So in honor mode, I would have my hirelings at camp, and I would have them, one of them is casting Death Ward on everybody, but the saddest one is that one of them is casting Warding Bond with the
Oh my
character
God.
in my party that's going to
my
be the
God.
socialist. And then we just leave them there. We go out. And and then when we make it back after some massive battle, that guy's just standing in a pool of blood
Toast.
in camp.
Oh my
And
god.
I just think, like, other people in camp are just sort of like eating and looking at him as just blood spurts out of his
like,
mouth occasionally.
That's an amazing strategy.
Yeah,
I mean,
it works great.
going back to Auntie Ethel, I was watching my friend's playthrough of honor mode, and she's going like meticulously through everything, and that was where I was like, wow, I didn't even know that you could meet Auntie Ethel before the whole thing goes down, and that she's a shopkeeper. I wasn't aware of that for so long,
She's in
I
the Emerald of the Enclave.
but I just met her on the road where she was having the altercation.
Oh, where she was attacked by the guys.
Yeah. So
you didn't meet her earlier. Yeah,
I didn't meet her earlier, and then I, of course, then took that information later. But I was like, these are the things that if you just keep going forward, you won't notice these things. Like my friend who was doing honor mode, and once you do honor mode, it's like you can spend hours in that first area just making sure that you are going through it, getting everything you
need. Your XP. You have to get your XP.
And also just items, just everything matters.
Well, that's it. I'm such a I need to break and open every crate kind of a video game player that I was like, oh, I can't go anywhere. Every single place I went to was like, I'm here for 20 hours, I suppose.
Great.
Yeah,
That's
but
me
also
as well.
but also it was great because it meant that all the little secrets and the things, the strange cow that carries through, I was like, that's my favorite thing.
Very important to one of the subclasses actually that we might discuss.
Okay, yeah, hell yeah.
The strange ox.
The strange ox.
Strange ox.
That's what it is.
Whoa, crazy.
So wild, so fun, and I think just that being able to have something that was essentially a D&D game that you could play on your own time, I think that was so exciting. That to me was such a cool part of this game, was just being able to be like, hey, when I feel like it, I can be in a different world in this way. And I think that was so, like you said, Craig, the idea of it being just escaping into this place and living there is amazing. It's amazing what they were able to build with that.
Yeah, it is. Larian is one of a kind, and I kind of, what I'm looking forward to is building something that feels like as if you could just keep walking. Like the maps have those blurry edges, and the show is we get to keep moving forward on those blurry edges in a different way because it's a passive experience. We're watching it. So things obviously will be slightly different, but what's so wonderful is they've laid down this gorgeous template for how to show magic. They did so beautifully. The people forget about the verbal component all the time. These guys did not.
Yeah.
And I love that. And the way that everybody is somebody, these little characters have there's two shopkeepers in the city, a brother and a sister, who are quietly at war with each other, because they each think that, daddy preferred them. Nobody needed to do that except Larry was like, let's do that. And it's fantastic. So just like continuing it as best I can, keeping the flavor of it, and making sure that if you have played through as many times as I have, that if you watch the show, you're like, oh yeah, these guys know.
I love that.
It's the little side stories that you're right. There are certain things that you won't even really realize until they're gone. Like, there's a certain character that if you go with the Dark Urge storyline, that early on you will kill.
Yep.
And exactly what we're talking about.
And you're like, and there's a moment where I remember starting the Dark Urge playthrough, having that person die, and I went, wait a minute. No, she needs to get to her lover on the roof in Baldur's Gate. What did I just do?
You know what you did.
and then, but you're like, but how did this, how was that a consequence? How was that a possibility? Like, you just kind of think to yourself, oh, these stories are just going to be waiting for you. But no, these little NPCs are just out there living their lives. And if you mess up something, their lives will be screwed.
Well, mess up is a strong word because you're the Dark Urge. If you want to chop Gale's hand off in the beginning, you chop Gale's hand off, and there's no Gale for the rest of the game. All 14 million lines of dialogue gone.
Which is so great. I've heard so many people be like, oh, I killed Karlach because Will told me to in the beginning. And then it's like,
no.
Her? What?
It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely wild.
And the confidence that Larian had to just be like, we're just going to let that go. We're not going to try to move them back into the game. They are not a character. You will have experienced them as a random NPC that didn't matter.
It's kind of like an incredible DMing style of being like, hey, I'm not precious about anything here. Like, this was supposed to be a main character, but if you didn't want to interact with them, you didn't interact with them.
That's on you. And you know what? Also, play the game again.
Right.
Yep.
Because I don't enjoy being evil in these games. It's actually quite hard. And when I did the Dirge run, I'm like, I'm doing it. And
just had a conversation about exactly this thing.
It was brutal. Like, going into the Grove and killing all the tiefling,
right?
These
characters who you've come to love. Other playthroughs.
They're refugees. Just mowed through all of them, but the reward is literally the hottest sex in the game.
Right.
Like Larian was like, if you murder all these innocent people, we're gonna give you a night.
You'll be rewarded in a different way.
Yeah,
in a different way. And and not only that, you get
They
one
knew
of
what
the
they were
more.
doing.
The Dark Urge also unlocks a bunch of lore about the three gods, that you do not get if you don't do it. So you do get this whole storyline that is completely hidden.
Yes, and recontextualizes one of the three main villains,
right?
And the way that's and you guys know, if you've gone on the Dark Urge path and then you get to that villain and vanquish that villain, and you look in that villain's bedroom, you're like, oh, that corpse on the floor I kept seeing all the time, that was me.
Yeah,
that was me. And head explodes. There's so many. It just honestly, the most amazing thing about talking about this game with you guys is that George hasn't played it.
Yeah, you're right. No,
I know.
I think you're right though, Greg. It really is the characters, and like not since I think maybe Mass Effect series has a group of characters in video game history like made such an insane impact on people, and the way that they write characters and like that Larian does it in Baldur's Gate 3 is incredible. That there's even little things like just reading notes from the characters that they've written, that you're like, this is exactly how this character would have written this note. This is insane. How am I forgetting her name? The Aasimar, the angel that you save.
The Night Song.
The Night Song, yes.
Yes.
The Night Song's one of my favorite stories.
Dame Aelin.
Dame Aelin. Thank you. Dame Aelin's storyline, that entire storyline is one of my favorite storylines, one of my favorite romances that it's not even you, it's just you basically. And
Bear witness to.
And Dame Aelin is very much a character who is like, you know, logic above all else, doesn't really know. It's one of those classic characters.
She's slightly neurodiverse, I think.
Yes.
She's like a neurodiverse daughter, immortal daughter of Selûne.
And one of the hardest times I've ever laughed in a video game is at the end when they introduce the whole time where you're like celebrating with your friends and you get letters from people. Dame Aelin sends you a letter in all capitals.
No,
just all caps, like a child's handwritten. That just goes, "It is I, Dame Aelin. I hope you are well." And and I was like, this is unbelievable.
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
It's incredible. The first thing she says when you restore her from her miserable state is, "I am resplendent." What a great thing to say about yourself. But there's also this crazy moment where I'm you know what, George? I'm spoiling. I don't give a damn.
I've seen it all. Don't worry.
I don't know if you have
nothing.
Exactly.
I know Dame Aelin. I've heard her talk.
You don't even know.
You don't know her. You don't know her the way I do. And when you battle Leroican and defeat him, Dame Aelin breaks his body over her knee, and then shortly after is a bit like pensive, and you're like, what's going on? And she's like, I don't know, I feel like I've lost something. And there is a pretty good argument to make that in that moment, as a paladin, she broke her oath. And so the thought of Dame Aelin as an attempting to be repentant oath breaker, that feels like something that should be on TV. Personally, I think that might be interesting to see. I mean, how do you? Come on, you have to have it.
Cool.
That could be a pretty
Just
cool
the dialogue alone.
Also, I mean,
Damn.
We must
Aelin's
take succor in each other's bodies, and oh my god.
Dame Aelin's whole character design of being like cracked marble skin is unbelievable. Anyway,
Beautiful, just gorgeous.
I have a question.
He's resplendent.
Since I'm going to go into
I'm sure you have many.
Yeah,
I have one major question.
The answer is play the game, but go ahead.
Yes, play the game and how. So my question about playing the game, one thing that stops me from playing games like this, usually, I don't feel this way as much about this game because there is truly, and I've been told this 1,000 times, a line for everything I could do. Should I go in and play from a character perspective that I preconceive beforehand and like role play it? Or should I go in a little blank slate, just kind of picking a subclass that I'm interested in exploring and let the story kind of shape me on naturally? What would you recommend?
My answer to that is yes, because you're going to play it more than once. But to start with, I would say, think of who you want to be. Think of the kind of character you are. And whatever gets loaded in to your subclass as you level up, just know that once you're around level 3, usually, you'll have the ability to respec and to change things.
Okay. Cool.
And you can do it for free because, as it turns out, Withers, who is not really Withers, but in fact, Jurgle, he makes you pay for these things. He makes you pay for these things, but you can pick his pocket and he doesn't care. Which, by the way, is
what?
I never realized that.
You can pick.
Damn it!
There's no way to make it through. There's no way to make it through honor mode without picking Jurgle's pocket, as far as I'm concerned, because you're going to be using him to resurrect fallen party members constantly, and Yes, he doesn't care. You can sit there and fail at picking his pocket 80 times in a row if you have like, a dex of one. And
Yeah,
you
that's what I
will-
was wondering.
So
Like, so he
funny.
just like is like, good try, and lets you do it again.
He just kind of
Basically.
ignores you, kind
He
of.
just ignores you.
Oh,
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah,
Hell,
he doesn't
I've never
care.
even tried that.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
So funny. Of course.
That feels so on purpose.
Oh,
Without
Yeah,
question.
of course it
That's
is. Yeah.
really
It's so-
that's like
everything about this game is so intentional, like beautifully intentional.
Yeah.
In a way that is just amazing.
that's
But
it's
yeah,
so they have earned this credit. But when I heard that, I did not think for even a moment that was like a dumb exploit that like wasn't meant to be in the game. I immediately was like, that is clearly because this person is gold is beyond gold, and that is just like a silly
Yeah.
thing.
Why would he need it in the first place?
Right.
It's just
He's
sort of like this
bringing people
vague
back
test.
from the dead
Means
around the
nothing.
reg.
Well,
Yeah.
right. especially because everyone else in the game cares if you pick their pocket. It has to be intentional.
It has to be.
It's
right.
it's one of the most like important shops in the game. It's right there in your camp.
Yep.
Of course, you know.
So do you lose anything for picking the pocket? Like, do you like if you
Nothing.
choose like a paladin oath?
No,
you
that doesn't break.
pockets?
It's actually interesting. Paladins, there are things that trigger your oath to be broken, and when that happens, there's a
wondering if that was the case.
there's a
Holy
wonderful.
shit.
I mean, you get visited at night by
Yep.
Oh
your
my
new
God,
your
I'm
new
fucked.
paladin oath breaking daddy, but
I'm so fucked.
there are certain things if you do them, the oath is broken.
I'm gonna play this game.
Yeah, I think
Of course, you can play it.
I went in wanting to one of my playthroughs. I was like, I think it was I of course was doing a Dark Urge Oathbreaker because I was like, I got to be as edgy as possible. And I think like one of the first things was I was like, Oath of the Ancients. They're like, hey, if you kill this kid, you're probably gonna break your oath. And I was like, well,
Right. Kid's
speed
gotta die.
run and let's go. Let's get it.
I'm so excited to see this show, Craig. And now that I know that it
too.
is like after the game, I'm about to destroy the game.
I love that.
I can't
love
wait
that.
to be fully caught up.
I love that. And I hope that, I mean, look, it's going to be a while because I'm here in Canada. We're working on season 3 of The Last of Us. So we're in production now. And then that has to go through post production. And then I need, of course, to sit with some of the aforementioned brilliant people. Because it's not like The Last of Us and Chernobyl's, is very much a bit of a solitary monk typing away. And then this Baldur's Gate needs to be a collective of people who are deeply steeped in D&D and know the game inside and out, coming from different perspectives and different voices, because it's meant to be a show that goes. It is not a closed, The Last of Us was always a closed loop. There's a beginning, middle, end. And yeah, Baldur's Gate, I want to just grow and continue as we follow storylines and characters become more powerful and we meet new people and enemies emerge, and you think someone's puppeteering somebody and you realize there's strings attached to them, and it's all that wonderful stuff that you get from Larian's stories. And again, I just want to be clear, the respect I have for Swen and his team, I would honestly love to have all of them working on it. It's just, but I also want them to make Divinity so I can play it.
Make the next thing that's going to be
Yeah.
incredible.
They deserve to be in demand. They didn't.
Yes.
An
They're
incredible
amazing.
thing.
They're
It
amazing.
really is.
Feat.
When we think about it, well, I'm just going back to the Gale thing. It really is amazing that you can just completely miss Gale when Gale has a unique ending all to him.
Yes.
It's so crazy
Yes.
that you could just not have him.
It's insane. It's insane. The
When-
balls on them to be like, hey, let's write a bill. Then we're gonna have a character or an actor come in, a really good one. And we're gonna have Tim Downey come in and he's gonna do this for days and weeks, and then you can just kill him.
Well, because
It's
also
crazy.
if you go down the Gale ending route, Gale is the main character. You're not the
Yes.
main character. That was
Right.
Gale's story.
Yes. Yes.
Fixture.
Yeah, he is the hero. You're just a guy who pulled him out of a portal one time.
Exactly. And this is why I think that the game demands to be replayed, demands it.
Cool.
Because your perspective changes vastly. I mean, Minthara is hysterical. And
Yes.
I didn't get to appreciate that performance until I decided I was going to be evil. And, and then I get, Emma Gregory's brilliant portrayal. It's just like,
Yeah.
and she's so funny, so funny. Anyway,
funny.
yeah,
My
George.
first playthrough, I accidentally killed a goblin in a hallway, thinking that nobody would know it, and then by the time I got to the main chamber, I was already in combat. And
Oh,
so
you aggroed the
I
whole
didn't even-
temple.
yeah, I didn't even talk to Minthara. She was just like trying to kill me immediately. And I'm like, oh
How'd that go for you, by the way?
no, not great,
No,
not good.
no, that's a
I'm
that's a
very
tough one.
excited.
Dror Ragzlin is he's a tough one. He's a tough fight.
But that was a tough fight. Man, this is. I mean, we literally could talk about this.
We could.
all day long because it's the game is amazing. I'm so excited for what you're going to be doing in terms of adaptation and continuing out these stories and god damn, man. What
I'm
a
like,
cool
after
thing.
this, I'm like, I can't start another playthrough. I shouldn't.
Feel like
Probably.
have you played Divinity Original Sins 2?
I have. I did
Okay.
go back and play Divinity Original Sin 2.
Did you go back to Divinity 1?
No, I haven't gone back to 1.
I gotta tell you,
There we go.
There it is.
you know what? I just like living in the worlds Larian makes,
Yes.
and I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
Hell yeah. All right, let's move on because
We have to.
By golly.
Yeah, have to.
Let's get into some homebrew.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Today our homebrew comes to us from our patron John Blood. Thank you, John, for the suggestion.
John Blood.
Yeah, John Blood.
Okay.
That's the name. Pretty cool.
Wow.
And the suggestion is the triple threat. The triple threat is our suggestion for today. Let's roll some d20s. Let's see what order we're gonna present these things.
Yeah, yeah. I don't have my dice.
A
Hold on.
natural 1.
Hey, I got a 6.
Hold on. I gotta pull up a dice roller here.
Yeah, dude,
No worries.
The Googles, my
You're
bad.
away from home, I understand.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a 7.
Nice.
Oh, I have an 8, so I guess I'm going first.
Wow.
That's one of the
Dylan,
Wow.
lowest.
Craig,
7,
man.
8.
We
and then
suck.
1
Yeah.
down at the bottom here.
Between
All
all
right.
4 of us, the 8 is the high card. Okay,
Wow.
cool. Go for it, Dylan.
Okay, as most things in this in this era or this type of thing that I'm homebrewing, I have no idea if this is balanced or if it's even good.
Right.
Because
Right.
I decided to go with an epic boon.
Oh, well
which
then it's
has-
not balanced.
No, it's not at all.
Hey.
Or it's bad. Either one.
Right.
Or it's really, really bad.
Yeah, or it's
Um,
Broadwater.
But I know Gabe will like this, and
I'm
that
excited.
sometimes I homebrew just so that Gabe is like, yay.
Aw.
Yeah,
Delight
I'll
your
take
friend.
it, man.
So it's the boon of triple threat. The prerequisite is you have levels in 3 different classes.
Oh, I do like it. I already like it.
Wow.
Fuck,
It-
I'm already on
You've
board.
activated Gabe's
Yeah, Gabe's multi-classing.
I'll tell you,
weirdness.
that's what I did with my Karlak every time I played. She was like a Eldritch Knight barbarian.
Have to.
100%.
Have to.
Fantastic.
So okay, you can increase 3 ability scores of your choice by 1 to a maximum of 30.
Cool.
Choose 3 skills with which you are proficient to gain expertise.
Ooh.
When you finish a long rest, you may redistribute how many levels you are in each class, as long as you do not go above your current character level.
Oh
love
my
that,
man,
Dylan.
that's massive.
God damn it, do I love that.
That's
Did a
massive.
respec feat after
Yeah.
we just talked about
Wow.
respecking?
I did the respec feat. So it's like if
No.
you have levels in 3 classes, you can at any point just kind of like boop 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 boop.
You know you're about to go against this guy. You're just
Yeah.
a different person.
Yeah.
Wow.
100%.
because you're a triple
Oh,
threat. You can just decide.
That is
So
impressive.
there it is.
Dylan.
That's impressive.
That's great.
Damn.
God damn it.
Is that an
Wow.
epic boon you'd actually use,
that's-
I would
Gabriel?
play that every time.
That's a pretty.
Every time.
That's a pretty epic boon. I
That's
don't,
a pretty fucking
It's a pretty
Yeah,
epic boon.
that's
It's
a pretty epic
epic
boon.
It does it does a
the
lot
triple
of work.
threat. I love
It's a
that.
triple threat.
The
There you
triple threat.
Really like that, Dylan. Fuck me.
Okay, calm down.
Dylan, I fucking love it. Craig, go for it. What you got?
Okay. Something far more mundane. I love a wand.
Oh,
The triple threat. The triple threat. This wand with a trifork tip has 7 charges. While holding it, you can take a magic action to expend 1 charge to target a creature. Roll a d6. I love a variable weapon. Roll a d6.
Nice.
On a 1 or a 2, the triple threat trips the targeted creature, which immediately falls prone.
God.
On a 3 or 4, the triple threat sends the targeted creature on a trip. It must succeed on an intelligence save or teleport up to 60 feet to a clear space of your choice you can see.
Oh, fuck.
On a 5 or a 6, the triple threat causes the targeted creature to trip. It must succeed on a wisdom save or hallucinate.
Let's go.
The creature is incapacitated and babbles incessantly about how we're all part of the same thing, man, until the start of your next turn.
This is going in my games now.
That's the
I
best
thought
rule of three
You
I've
said
ever
trip. I was like,
fucking
he's gonna
seen.
go like trip, pull, and threaten, and then you just trip.
Keep tripping, man. Just keep tripping.
Fucking love.
Keep tripping.
That is
Fuck, that's
an
great.
amazing item.
That's actually
great.
it's not even OP. I feel like that's
No, it's very
No.
balanced.
I think
No,
it's a
it's
balanced
valid.
wand.
I think that's like a maybe uncommon
It's-
to rare.
It's not
Like,
prone,
exactly.
Scatter or
Or teleport.
or
Yeah.
the scatter would be the
Well, it
teleport
uses your
one, right?
magic action,
or
so
like
like
hypnotic pattern. Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
very
it's
low level
it's like
spells.
it's an individual non AoE
Yeah.
hypnotic
Right.
pattern, and yeah, so it just gives you three things. I do like that there's no save on falling prone. I think that's fair. Like
That's really fun.
it trips you. You're down.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
Fuck,
great.
man, that's so
There you go.
Okie
Wow.
dokie. I think we're even more mundane than that. I have for me the triple threat is a longsword, a rare longsword, does not require attunement. You must have longsword weapon mastery to use this weapon at all. You gain a +1 bonus to attacks and damage with this weapon, and you may attack with this weapon in one of three ways. You may use it one-handed, in which case it retains its sap mastery. If you use its versatile property, it instead gains the cleave map property. You can hit with a pommel strike, dealing 1d4 bludgeoning damage, and instead gaining the Vex mastery. No matter how you wield it, if you take the attack action on your turn, you may also attack with this weapon as a bonus action.
Ah, there you go.
Mm,
So you get 3 no matter what, and you can do it in any of the 3 ways.
nice.
And can you use your bonus pommel and make that a pommel, and then
100%.
you can right.
Pommel, bonus action pommel, set up
Right.
the attack, hit with the attack, vex them with that, and then
Yeah, no, that's gorgeous.
yeah, just a
Love
fun
it.
Lovely.
utilize of a weapon, I thought. So, all right,
So-
Georgie, take us home.
Yeah.
All right. What's up, my Faerunian freaks? It's
right.
your boy, Tony Tripoloni, owner of Threes, a Party. The premier experimental weapon shop that knows that the third time is always the charm.
Oh,
You
boy.
loved the tri-arrow. 3 arrows bound together like a pack of hot dogs. It didn't fly far, but it sure packed a punch. You went crazy for the 3-layer chain shirt. Hot and encumbered is better than stabbed and bleeding. And we had a run on the store when we announced the Arrow 3000. An arrow that's triple the length of a normal arrow for only the most expert archers. Well, get ready, folks, because I've done it again. And no, it's not a different kind of arrow, as my angle arrow was rejected on account of it didn't work. Presenting to you the triple threat, subtitle, Tony Tripoloni's Spiked Axe Hammer.
Woo!
Grab it with 2 hands.
axe
It's
hammer.
heavy.
Spiked axe hammer.
Spiked axe hammer.
Grab it
Oh,
with 2
piercing,
hands.
bludgeoning, slashing.
It's
I think
heavy.
that's what we're going for.
Very heavy. Any creature wielding this weapon without at least a 17 in strength will make all of their attacks at disadvantage. You want to bludgeon? Blammo, 1d8 bludgeoning damage. You want to slash? Slicer, 1d8 slashing
Chris.
damage. You want to pierce? Kerpoke, 1d8 piercing damage.
There it is.
This weapon can do it all. The choice is yours. The triple threat is not a clumsily designed poleaxe. I had each weapon sticking out a little bit in the other's path on purpose. When rolling attacks with disadvantage, remember, this thing is heavy. If both rolls are technically hits, you may roll another d8 and do one of the other 2 damage types as well.
Wow.
If you're rolling with advantage, same rules apply. What could be better? No downside.
Hey. Wow, that was Tony Tripoloni?
If you're rolling that one on an attack, the head pops off. But that said, when is that going to happen? Almost never. If you wish to master this weapon, you can take advantage of its mastery. Depending on the damage type you deal, you can use the topple mastery for slashing, the sap mastery for piercing, or the push mastery for bludgeoning. And if you deal multiple damage types, you guessed it, say it with me, choose one of those masteries.
Wow.
Or you can use both, but if you do roll a d10 and on a 1, the head pops off. And if the head pops off, it becomes useless, but that is not going to happen. So come on down to Threes, a Party. 5 gold pieces grants you a reservation for a spot in line to buy this weapon on release day. Bam.
Wow.
Real.
Thought it was over, and it kept going. I'm sorry.
No, it was like one of those old 90s era infomercials. It's just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
It
There's
was
Tony.
wonderful.
Another of my cadre of bonkers shopkeepers.
Yeah.
There it is. And I
I'll say
will be
I-
statting out all of those arrows.
Love a
Good.
buffer shop.
I almost did this, and I'm so glad I didn't, because mine would have just been like, I don't know, it's a weapon that does 3 types of damage, and then I would have had this to follow and gone, well, fuck me.
Yeah. Yeah, you would have been in serious trouble.
I've been an asshole.
Well, thanks for indulging me, everybody.
Wonderful
Wow.
job, George, as
That's-
always.
Wow.
Your crazy shopkeepers are
Oni,
the favorites.
Incredible.
fucking amazing.
Whew.
Well,
Wow.
with that,
Let's leap off of that. into
let's
the
leap
next
off
thing.
of that into our next thing. Let's draft some stuff.
Okay.
Oh,
This is going to be
lordy.
tough. This is
This
going
one's
to be
gonna be
tough. How many rounds do we do?
We can do 4, 5. What do you
I think 4 probably.
So
There's a
nice
lot
to
of
be
us.
4 sounds. That's
And we're
yeah.
probably going to talk about them.
Yeah.
George won't, but we'll talk about them.
Yeah, both
Nope. I'll pick mine and then be like, explain to me why I've made a good choice.
Why do I like this?
I picked it because Reddit said.
Yeah, that's right.
I closes the Reddit window. Okay.
We are drafting the best Tav subclass for Baldur's Gate 3. The one to make your player that you're playing through the subclass that you'd want to play going through the game. We'll do a 4-round draft. And we'll explain why we like them, and George will read off of Reddit. Here we go.
I have the official bunch of subclasses listed, and I'm going to pick what I think I would pick as my first.
Well, this is going to go poorly for
I
you.
love this. Let's go.
Probably.
Let's roll some dice.
Gonna
Let's
get
get into it.
All right, here we go.
I can't roll
Come
for
on.
dig today. I have a 7.
14.
14.
Ooh. Roll off?
Roll on.
Rollies.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I got
We're-
a 5.
We're adult men, and we just want to. Ooh.
Same number.
14. All right, roll off. Let's go.
Same
Four.
number.
My roll off with George is a 9.
You're first.
Okay,
I'm
you're
Oh my
first.
God.
Once,
I'm
once
first?
again on the draft, Craig is starting
Right.
the draft, which is incredible.
There's actually a lot of pressure on
There's
this
a
now.
lot on
There's
this
a
one.
ton. Okay, I'm torn,
Mhm.
but I think because this was the subclass I used on my honor run, I'm going to go with it and just cringe when somebody picks what I probably should pick first next. Swords Bard.
God damn it, Craig!
Well,
no,
of
Yeah.
course, of
that was
course.
my.
Well, of course it is. Of course. So, and George is like, what? So,
It's on my list.
Swords Bard is
Smashing.
so good.
God, it's amazing.
It's the flourishing, and just
Yes.
the way short rests just turn you into a beast. You dip into fighter, you get yourself an action surge, and at towards the end there, you can attack 9 times in a round if you choose. Throw Risky Ring on there to counteract Sharpshooter, and you are basically death on
dude.
wheels.
Yeah, dude.
And
Swords Bard.
I'm kind of doing blanket statement for this, but as we were saying, because you are essentially the main character, you are also the de facto face of your party, and having a charisma boost is just kind of
Huge.
huge.
Massive.
Like, of course, we can talk about damage and the easiest builds to think, but if
Yes.
you aren't doing charisma, it feels kind of wrong sometimes.
Yes.
Swords Bard, you just feel like the main character in every.
You are. You have main character
doing the most
energy.
damage in the party. You're the big charisma guy as well.
Yep.
Like it's just the most
Yeah.
main character.
Long Strider for everyone. Here you go.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
That was my number 1 with a bullet.
Yeah, of course.
Damn.
Now I find myself for my number 1 with all my vast well of knowledge before me. What shall I
Trickery
choose?
cleric.
Tempting offer, but I will take the Draconic Bloodline Sorcerer.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yep.
Um,
Strong.
Draconic Bloodline Sorcerer, because I will take that charisma boost that Dylan's talking about for that.
Yeah.
And I also love a big ass spell list. And
Yeah.
I've always loved Draconic Sorcerer. There's a good chance on my first playthrough I would play a Dragonborn.
I played a Draconic Sorcerer in my first playthrough. I
Yeah.
loved it.
It's
Loved
great.
it.
And this goes back to our discussion about the Strange Ox, because if you don't kill the Strange Ox right away in the Grove, but you do kill him when you get to Last Light,
Yep.
he will drop the Hat of Fire Acuity, which combined with Scorching Ray and a Fire Draconic Sorcerer makes you a nightmare. A monster. It's so good. So good.
Jocks will be stayed by my blade for one meeting only.
Slain. That was in my top three. That was my first one, and I fucking loved it. I think I did a silver one to get Armor of Agathis on the spell list, and I just had so much fucking fun with that.
Cool.
Yeah, each one gives you a free spell that you have based on what
that's
color
awesome.
lineage you are, and it's just so cool.
God, they really did make it way better for a video game. That's
They
great.
did. They really knew what they were
That's
doing.
really great.
Okie dokie. I honestly, more likely than not, would actually respec Astarion into this, but I think it has some main character upside as well. I'll go Thief Rogue as my number one.
Really?
Yeah, that double bonus action. That
Yes.
double bonus action
Double bonus is pretty great.
crazy.
But it's
And if you
okay, I'm just pushing back a little bit.
Give it to me, please.
You dip into it to get that for somebody else.
And that's what I'm saying. Is that like
Yeah.
when I did it, it was usually Astarion who I was making my Thief Rogue, and then I'd be like a Gloomstalker Thief Rogue kind of a situation.
Right.
And it was amazing.
Yeah.
But I did do that once on a main character, and it felt really good.
Oh yeah.
So I agree that like it has a lot of fun to throw to somebody else, and then it doesn't really bother you with your social skills. But I just put expertise into my social skills, and then had so much fun picking everybody's pockets, and I loved it. So
Two
I'm not-
bonus actions is
two bonus actions
awesome.
Is crazy.
All right. Okay. Interesting choice.
And then I did a reset on a Sorcerer Thief Rogue where I would do a double quicken spell on bonus actions. And
Yeah,
it
that's
went
see, there you
nuts.
go. That's what I'm
It was
talking about.
Really cool.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was sick as hell. It was so fucking cool.
Been there, done it.
Been there, done it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll take the Thief Rogue one. I'm happy with
Nice.
it.
Nice.
For me, I will go with this one. It gets a huge bump because it has an interaction that does not exist in D&D, and it does specifically in the game, which is going to be Storm Sorcerer.
Yeah.
Because for those who don't know, they actually do have some elemental buffs and differences in Baldur's Gate 3, which is that if you there's a wet condition now in Baldur's Gate 3, where you can get characters wet, and when you hit them with lightning damage, it deals double damage.
Sure does.
And that's a whole build around where you can just be like a lightning party that like someone is casting a create water on top of them, and then you're just completely decimating them. And that was such a fun thing that I only am able to do in Baldur's Gate 3 that I just feel like it's my top for sure.
Great items too to put on Boots of Stormy Clamor and so on and so forth. There's really good stuff.
All the electric charge ones.
Yep. The Sparksy Spark Wall. Sparky Protector.
The Sparky Sparks.
And my second part of me wants to go with the one I did first, but that's just kind of like because I liked it. You know, who knows? But yeah, I'll just go with what I had first. It's not the most powerful, but it's kind of just what my playthroughs were, and I remember it so fondly. It's going to be Fiend Warlock. I really enjoyed it. Eldritch Blast is powerful in D&D, and guess what? It's very powerful in this game as well. There's a lot of ways to up your ability to do cantrips within this game. A lot of things that can do that, but also just in this game, Repelling Blast is better than it has ever been. The ability to just clear a bridge of people, which I did multiple times, just as your own self, is unbelievable, and it really did help. So there's better builds, but Fiend Warlock was what I did. The passive healing was kind of nice, but didn't really matter.
About a rule interaction for Baldur's Gate 3? If guys are on a bridge and you Eldritch Blast, Repelling Blast them off, and the bridge has like a wall behind them, do they like make a save and maybe hang on, or do they just get blasted past the wall and off?
Off.
Okay, interesting.
I don't think there's any hang on.
That's cool. Okay, cool. I was just curious.
Yeah,
About
if
that
they,
because...
I think they have to. But do they get a save or they just knock? Like if you're hitting somebody into the lava, like in the forge area.
Yeah.
I think they do have a save. I think
they have a
there is
save.
Instead of just
off.
Well, to even just get pushed. I think
To get
it's
pushed.
I think
But
it's such a powerful push in this game that you're like, I
Yeah.
understand why they gave it to you.
Why they needed to
They
save
gave
on
it
that.
save.
Yeah.
Cool.
But also, you want that because they can do it to you, and so you want at least a
want to be able to
chance.
save. So I love that. So Baldur's Gate 3 does still stick with the if you can do it to them, they can do it to you.
Yes, everybody gets treated the same.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and as I said, not even just like off of stuff. There's so many hazards that they're able to put into the game.
Into stuff, yeah.
And
right.
where it's like you can just push them into into a forge. You can do so many things with it. It's
Lovely.
Yeah. All right, circling back around, I also want a Warlock pick at my number 2 because for all the reasons you said. Charisma-based caster, the push is my favorite thing in the world. I'm going to go Great Old One Warlock because the psychic damage, especially when we get into Mind Flayer territory, having resistance to that is so nice. I died more in Mind Flayer stuff than anywhere else in the fucking game. That was like my Achilles heel. I kept fucking restarting in Mind Flayers. So I would take Goo Warlock to try and mitigate that somewhat.
Gotcha.
And that'll be my number 2. All right, Georgie, back to you.
I think I would probably next look to something like Oathbreaker Paladin.
Okay, strong.
very good.
Fun to start with, like some kind of little roleplay BS I can come up with for myself for oath breaking, and also in the at least I'm not super familiar with like the feat progression of an oath breaker in BG3, but I do know that like in some of the subclasses in D&D like 5e specifically, it had a really fun progression that felt like not necessarily evil all the time, but it did feel like kind of just damaged focus. And with a charisma bump for spellcasting, it feels like I would just be doing big ass damage and interacting well. And I love a paladin. Give me lay on hands, my favorite thing in the world.
Who doesn't love a paladin?
Yeah.
Well, it's back to me, right?
For 2 in a row.
2 in a row. You guys are awesome because you did not say what was literally my other number 1 pick.
Oh, perfect.
Good.
Eldritch Knight
Yeah.
is so vastly overpowered.
Yeah.
Eldritch Knight in this game, and the reason, so I'm just sort of like, when we pick these, we're imagining, okay, it's across all the levels. I'm just thinking about in general, like sometimes they're a little bit better in the beginning or the end, but Eldritch Knight, you get some potions of Hill Giant Strength, and you grab the headband, the warped headband of intellect.
Yeah, to get that intelligence up.
And then you go crazy because you're a fighter, you're getting, the feats and API more frequently.
Yep.
Booming Blade, Shadow Blade, War Magic. I mean,
It's crazy.
it's the way it stacks upon itself is bananas.
Shadow Blade, Booming Blade. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Eldritch
there's so
Strike
much.
gives them disadvantage on their next save. Then you hit them with something they need to save with. It just rolls up on itself.
That's wild.
Especially because I've never seen people use spell scrolls more than in Baldur's Gate 3, where you can just fully spell scroll them. Doesn't really matter. And they have
sacrifice
disadvantage
nothing.
on it.
Oh yeah, you end the game with 400 fireball scrolls in your
So many.
Yeah. It's Eldritch Knight. If you build it right, just absolute beast.
Yes.
Eldritch Knight was my Lae'zel build. I
well,
always made Lae'zel and Eldritch Knight for me.
Eldritch Knight was the pick that I didn't go with because I was like, I'll just be sentimental. But it's for sure the pick.
I'll tell you what, I'll be sentimental with this next one because it's not necessarily as powerful as the one I'm thinking of, but here in round 3 now,
Yeah.
how fortuitous that I can still say open hand tavern brawler monk.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The
So fun.
open hand tavern brawler monk, is he the most fun to play? No. Does he do one thing? Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
But is it still somehow satisfying to walk up to, say, Raphael, get right next to him and punch him to death? Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. So much fun.
Oh man.
Will was my, I don't know why I made Will the monk, but Will was my open hand monk.
So funny. love
and
that
Will
for you.
running up to stuff. I think that's the other beauty of this game is like obviously there's like we're saying for the subclass for your TAV, but you
your TAV,
are
right.
able to have
Yes.
a group of all
Your
broken
6
builds.
favorite classes.
Yeah.
Of course.
And
course.
even though you're not the one who is like your character isn't the one, you are able to be like, well, I'm gonna do this one, but someone will be the Eldritch Knight, so it's also broken, and someone will be this, so we can all have fun.
Oh,
because you
Karlach
control
was
all their
my-
turns.
Karlach was always my throne returning weapon, tavern brawler, insane like damage dealer.
Yeah.
But I never had to do that as well.
Oh, so fun.
Man.
Whew, we're getting this. You know what? It just shows you how many good subclasses there are because we
They
haven't
really
gotten
were
to a stinker yet.
I know there's some heavy hitters still
Oh,
on the
I
table
might
here.
step in it. Who knows?
Well, let's see. Let's see if George blows it here.
I'm walking with the blindfold on. I'm gonna go. This is my first D&D character class that I played, so I'm gonna throw a leap of faith out there. I could gravitate towards a Battlemaster fighter.
Yeah, I think you kind of stepped in it there. I'm just gonna say it.
I think it's good. I think Battlemaster's good.
It's
I
fine.
do. I think Battlemaster's good.
It's fine.
Here's,
It is.
Here's
It's
why.
fine.
Here's why.
Mhm.
I love a ranged Battlemaster.
Okay.
Like a Dex fighter Battlemaster.
Sure.
Sounds really fun to me. And then I would probably pick a race, species, whatever it's referred to, as like a magical, more leaning,
Sure.
like an
So you have a
elf,
little
bit of
magic
or
from-
like
yeah,
a tiefling, or something that added a little magic to a much more martially focused class.
Oh, well, there's something just like that, but way, way better. Let's see if it's still there when it comes around to me.
Okay. Guys, you gotta snipe Craig. He's getting me. He's getting me. You gotta get him.
I don't know. Part of me wants him to say it so he can say
There's
things to
hatches
you.
that happened
Get 'em.
after I played.
Guys, quick, get him. I have another chance. I have another chance.
Shoot. All right. Well, a lot of my list has been taken now. Fuck, my Swords Price gone, my Eldritch Knight's gone. Okay, you know what? I will do for love of the game. We were talking about it a little bit earlier. Listen, there's other characters who probably benefit more from being this, but I want to do a Moon Druid owlbear off the top
Yeah.
ropes.
Oh, that was-
come on.
Great,
You gotta-
great pick. Great
so
pick.
You gotta at one point in your run make yourself a fucking owlbear.
And
That
with the
is-
Strange Ox, you can also get the Shapeshifter's Ring, which
Exactly.
will help you with that as well.
100%.
The Strange Ox is a really good
Strange Ox is
NPC.
great.
Yes.
Shout out to the Strange Ox,
So-
you guys, because that guy
Strange Ox has some great drops.
Great drops, depending
Yeah.
on where you are in the game.
And then when you're late in the game, you're just myrmidoning all day long, which is
100%, which
so
is
much fun.
awesome.
Yeah.
Also, one of my
cool, so
favorite
fun.
quests is just getting the apple to the lower city.
Yeah,
It's so
yeah,
funny.
exactly.
insane.
That was funny. Was it worth it in the end to have him as an ally? No,
No.
but it was
not.
worth it for the fun of it.
Yes.
But yeah, give me Moon Druid for sure. It's just
Yeah,
so fun to
it's a great
become
one.
all those things.
That's a great one.
Hell yeah, that's my three.
Okay, I'm gonna vary it up a little bit. I'm gonna go into Gloomstalker.
Yeah.
It is
Sure.
dark everywhere.
Yeah.
You
game
think it's
is
gonna be
dark.
hard to get Umbral Shroud going and be invisible? It is not. It is the easiest thing in the universe in this game. There is
Yeah.
shade somewhere always.
Yeah.
And that's all you really need to. But it
So
has
else.
some of my favorite things. You always have Misty Step prepared, and you just can become such a crazy damage dealer with Dread Ambusher.
Yeah.
And then also, of course, you spec into Assassin, and then you just go, you go nuts.
off.
But it really was just the hilarious thing about like, oh no, you were going to be invisible all the time. It's just
Yeah.
you were going to be.
No one
There's
sees
nothing
you.
stopping you.
Always coming out of invisibility. Yeah.
100%.
Oh, and then
And then your last pick.
Don't say it.
well, I probably won't.
I
Bring us
think I
something-
got
bring
it.
us
And it's
something in
it's
the
coming back to
chamber.
me before it gets to Craig, so I'm gonna try to save my own ass
Try
here.
and snipe it.
Thing is, I keep looking at classes where I'm like, that's a really good class, but like, I probably want someone else to be that.
Mhm.
Like, I like, and that's
Yeah.
the thing where it's like that. I don't want to be a cleric. I'll have someone else be the
Mhm.
cleric for me.
Sure. I really
Um,
hear that. Really hear that.
and most of them have been taken. I'm. Yeah, I'll just go with my own paladin. It's not, but I'll go Oath of the Ancients and then just be
Okay.
done.
And
It's
just
a
be-
fine one.
Just give up.
I think my mind cannot deal with this pressure anymore. I was gonna pick potentially a cleric, but like I said, my heart knows that I would not be the cleric.
Right.
Shadowheart is the cleric, and Shadowheart's doing great work as the cleric, but I'm not the cleric. It's never happened once.
Fair.
For sure.
I would be lying to myself.
I honestly, that's how I feel about Paladin. I make Will a Paladin every goddamn time. I'm always like, you be the Paladin. I don't want to deal with the Paladin. I'm glad you're here. So I will. Oh man, I'm torn between two. I'm really torn between two. I'll do this one just because I think the mechanic of it is so fun. Like they did a really good job of porting this mechanic over into like game version. I'm gonna go Abjuration Wizard at my.
Interesting.
I
Wow,
really
cool.
think wizards are fun to play. They're not great for social skills, but listen. I had problems bringing Gale into my party every time because I'm not that narcissistic, and I refused to have a person who looked almost like me in the
Yeah,
party
he
all the
does
time.
look a little bit like
He does look a little bit. There was
Yeah.
a lot of overlap. We'd get into romance, and I was like, I can't fucking.
can't do this.
I really can't do this. I'm
Well,
sorry.
especially around the time you had your hair was even longer. And
It was
at
like
Gale
a real
length.
dead ringer when I
Yeah.
was playing that game. It was a problem. But so I would sometimes be the wizard for the party, and I think Abjuration, the way they do the it's like a points that get taken down from hits. It's not the exact
Right.
same ward. It's like styled slightly differently. You can build a crazy
Yeah,
tank around
you
that.
can.
And it's really fun and really cool, and I just love being a wizard. So I'll put that as my 4. And hell yeah, George, snipe him.
See
Get
what
his
George
ass.
does.
There we go.
See what you do, George.
See what he does.
I'm gonna go with
I can't
the
lose now.
better version of
There
what
you
I
go.
picked last time,
Here it comes.
which is the Arcane
Yes.
Archer.
Yes. 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 It's like you described the Arcane Archer, but didn't pick Arcane
Oh,
Archer.
thank a fucking god!
It was so crazy listening to that.
Yeah,
I
can
wanna be-
imagine.
I wanna be a
read
fighter
Arcane
and
Archer, and I went, oh, yeah,
There it is. There it
Because
is.
it's not good, and I
It's
don't
not good
love
in
it
D&D. It's
No,
D&D.
but in
Very good in
in Baldur's Gate, it is
It's
bananas.
It looks a lot cooler.
Oh
yeah,
it
for
gets
sure.
super crazy.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah, I'm just like,
Jen.
I was like, what? They
3 out of 4, not bad.
Not
no,
bad.
not bad,
Not
not
bad.
bad.
And I'm
Unscathed.
going with. I think I'm going with the Draconic Sorcerer Dragonborn as my first character.
Yeah,
I
fuck
feel
yeah.
like I got.
As your actual playthrough. I think
Yeah,
it's
that's my heart.
You'll-
And
you'll have
maybe
fun,
we'll
bud.
bless into a paladin a little bit. That
Nice.
will be truly what I want.
Nice.
Fuck yeah.
No.
All right, Craig. What last one?
Last
Bring it
one. I will take. Somebody's got to be a cleric, and I would immediately, once it was there, immediately respec Shadowheart into a light cleric. Light
Yep.
clerics are
Yeah.
fucking insane.
Yeah.
Shadowheart has never been anything other than a light cleric
Yes.
in any of my playthroughs.
It's like make you blonde, light cleric.
Yeah, right,
you
go.
even look like a light cleric.
Yeah.
Let's go. Fix your hair and let's go.
Make it happen.
Light cleric is bananas in so many ways. So many ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, also just like fire coming down from everywhere and also doing cleric stuff. It's a great, I think we've covered, I'm trying to think if like we've missed anything that like I love.
I feel like we got a lot of the highlights.
Nobody
The
mentioned
only things-
Hexblade, right? Nobody mentioned
No,
Hexblade.
Hexblade would have been on.
Did they
Hexblade was on
introduce
my list.
Hexblade? No, it was in the game originally, right?
No, I think they
No.
brought it in. It was
Okay,
like
'cause
patch.
I haven't
8.
played with it, so I wouldn't. It's one of those things
Yeah.
where I haven't played since they had the
There's
update.
oh yeah, so there's a bunch. There's
There's Hexblade. I know. There's
Darge
They
Druid,
did Blade Singer at one
They
point.
did
Blade
Blade
Singer,
Singer.
and and also nobody mentioned Blade Singer, which I probably would have picked
love
next had
Blade
I kept
Singer.
going. Blade Singer is very good.
One of my favorites.
I think the only problem is that like Blade Singer versus at least in game, Swords Bard is a little bit like Swords Bard's probably the better.
Yeah,
thing
Swords
to
Bard
do.
is always better.
Yeah, it just
It is.
Such
It
a
is
good
always
first
better.
pick.
Swords
So
Bard
bad.
always better. What's the worst subclass?
Ooh,
Oh.
that's a great question.
That's hard.
I think as a Tav, I don't know how much you get from being a barbarian necessarily,
No,
other
I
than
mean,
feeling awesome.
Other
Tons.
than the fact that you can also, like the Tavern Brawler, pick
Yeah.
someone up and throw them off a.
Yeah,
You know what?
Throwbarian, so much fun.
That's
Yes.
fair. That's totally fair.
Because it is a very fun thing for you to be the one to do it. There are a lot of things that boost that. The
I'll
worst
say if
one.
you're, I don't know, if you're leaning into any of the thing about Baldur's Gate 3, and this is, I think, a healthy thing for the game, is that like the sort of shutdown effects aren't as potent as they are in like the D&D game.
Right.
So, you know, like your hypnotic patterns and your those kinds of things, like they do what you want them to do, but they last for like a round or two instead of like whenever
Yes.
or forever.
Yes, they don't go on for a minute.
Yeah, so I think that like if you're going into BG3 being like, that's my play style, I think that you'll be not disappointed, but I think that you'll maybe
Well,
want to try something else.
Yeah, because it's not real. Like any wizard can,
Right.
and hypnotic pattern actually is
It's
pretty great.
still
And
quite
'cause
potent.
Yeah.
it's
still
really,
quite
Drunken Master is a funny idea. I just don't want to be drunk all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think from like the original set, Arcane Trickster just never made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, Arcane Trickster, I think both, sadly, both Trickery. Like, we
Yeah.
talked about it,
Yeah,
where it's
all
like, I
the
think
Yeah.
both of them are
Americans.
kind of not great.
No, because what's the point of a trick in a world where people can do magic?
Yeah,
Like
right.
actual magic.
Right.
I don't want to be
Yeah,
tricked.
because I was thinking, like, even, because even things like Land Druid, you can boost with the wet build of, like, lightning
Right.
damage and stuff like that. You can
Oh,
have...
sure, I
You
bet.
can have like a full like Land Druid Tempest Cleric like build going on with that, and
Yeah,
it's very.
go off.
I've done it. It's fun.
Yes.
Sounds super sick.
It's
Yeah.
great. But yeah, I think it might be the Trickery ones. I think it might be like
Yeah.
You're just
Trickery
they're just-
Domain, Arcane Trickster.
I think
Yeah.
Arcane Trick. Yeah, I think Trickery Domain Cleric is probably your worst.
and
choice.
that's what they made Shadowheart.
I know.
I almost feel like they did it to introduce people to the
To
idea of
The
respecking.
idea of respect.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, and like there's a little bit even in the storyline, it's like the story makes sense that she wouldn't, I guess, be light cleric from the jump, I guess.
But she wouldn't be trickery.
but
Like, how does
trickery-
that have to do
What
with
about
the
it?
Sharans?
I guess because Char's domain would be that, but
Yeah, sort of. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm grateful. Listen, I'm grateful that they knew that respecking should be a thing and
Yes.
that they did it.
well, I mean, I think it has to be, because when you go through the storyline, they're like, well, here's this hammer that's a light hammer for a cleric that's made of pure light. Would you like this for a cleric you have in your party?
That's another reason that I love the
It is absolutely
the open hand tavern brawler monk. There are a ton of items that are useless to everyone else. There's no competition for them.
Yeah.
Boots of uninhibited Kushigo.
Yeah, right.
Give it to the guy who punches. The end.
Yeah.
And nobody else is attacking unarmed. No one. So you get all this cool stuff. And,
And I love that the items that they put in game allow you to do that, right? That you can play into whatever play style that you
Yes.
choose, right? And there's things that you'll get along the way where you're like, yeah, but like nobody I have doesn't use a weapon. This is useless to me. But for whoever's playing the unarmed fighter, they're gonna be like, this is it. This is the shit I
that was
needed.
for me.
And
Hell
even though
yes.
it's so video game focused, there is a element of looking at the items in Baldur's Gate 3 and going, I wish D&D had a little bit more of this.
well,
Yes.
yes.
I wish.
But it is an interesting thing. They've designed Baldur's Gate to be a challenge for you to kind of figure out how to defeat this way. And
Right.
the issue with the items is if you are really optimizing and synergizing, you can get to a place when you are, level 12 and it's late in the game where you are just unstoppable. I mean,
Yeah.
honor mode, the hardest fights in honor mode were the first encounter on the beach with the intellect devourers, because they can fire synaptic static at you basically.
Yep.
And then there was a huge boss battle with the twig blights and the shambling
Yes.
Oh,
Cars
yes,
in
the forest,
in the
right.
second act. By the time you get to the third act, you're so powerful if you're doing it right,
If you're doing it right.
that
Yeah,
you are no
that's true.
longer. I was no longer scared. Let's put it that way.
It's great.
Yeah.
Fucking great, man.
Yeah.
Craig, we could talk to you fucking all day, dude.
Forever.
We are so happy that you were able to come back and do this.
I love
again.
you guys.
We love you,
We
man.
love
we
you,
love having
Craig.
you here.
You guys are doing what I want to do.
Hey, man. Likewise.
I say that as
You like?
I do have a podcast. I realize how bad that was to say. Like, I wish I were doing this podcast instead of the one I do.
Wouldn't it be fun to have a podcast?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This is honestly, it's such a treat. We feel so lucky to have you do this once, and to have you do it twice is just a blessing. So
Well,
thank you for coming back.
I threaten to return to you again at the turn of the tide.
Good.
Would love that.
Thank you, gentlemen.
We weren't even able to get to talking about how you can throw potions in this game.
You can throw potions, but make them land next to somebody, not on them. I have killed somebody with the potion impact.
Same.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so funny.
Yeah,
I was trying to heal someone, and I killed them by throwing
Yeah.
a potion at their head.
next to them.
That's
Always
hilarious.
next to the head. Yeah,
I have introduced that mechanic in my kids' games, and they love it.
I mean,
Perfect. You got it.
you got potions, not potions and lotions to cure everything. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure
Absolute
having you, man.
pleasure. Absolute pleasure. Well, by golly. Till you hear from us next time, I'm Gabe Greenspan.
I'm George Primavera.
And I'm Dylan McCullum.
Take care.
It's Total Party Skill.